4 o'clock in the morning, August 6th, 1915. In the German trenches facing the Russian fortress of Osowiec, an engineer strikes a match and watches the flame bend toward the enemy.
Wind is good. Open the valves.
Along 2 kilometers of front line, his men crouch beside steel cylinders. Thousands of them. And a wall begins to rise. Dark green. Silent. Taller than the trees. Behind the fortress walls, a 21-year-old lieutenant named Vladimir Kotlinsky is being shaken awake. He will be dead by sunset. But first, he will lead the most terrifying charge in the history of war. For 6 months, this swamp fortress has refused to die. The Germans have thrown everything at Osowiec, including siege guns firing shells the weight of a small car. The garrison was once asked to hold for just 48 hours. They have held for half a year.
Gas!
So today,
Wet your rags,
Germany has chosen a different weapon. The green wall crawls across no man's land at walking pace. Patient, silent, impossible to shoot. In the forward trench, a Russian sergeant rises to the parapet and sees it coming. But this fortress has almost no gas masks. Only rags, water, and prayer. The cloud swallows the forward positions. Grass blackens beneath it. Birds fall out of the air mid-flight. The copper on the cannons turns green before men's eyes. In the trenches, soldiers are breathing chlorine, a gas designed to turn lungs into liquid. Entire companies simply stop existing. And behind the cloud, 7,000 German infantry rise from their trenches and walk forward, unhurried, bayonets fixed, expecting to step over corpses. The fortress is silent. The path to it lies open. In a concrete casemate near the Sosnia position, Lieutenant Kotlinsky is coughing blood into a rag. Around him stands what remains of the 13th Company. Perhaps 60 men.
The 13th with me.
Faces wrapped in wet cloth. Skin burned a yellow-green. Lungs already dying. Every breath a decision to take one more. Through the gun slit, Kotlinsky can see German troops cutting the wire, meters away. Retreat means the fortress falls. Staying means dying slowly.
The dead!
So he
The
makes
dead
the
are
only decision
attacking!
left. 60 dying men fix bayonets and climb out of the ground. What the Germans see next will follow them to the rest of their lives. Out of the drifting gas come men who should be dead, faces wrapped in bloody rags, coughing out pieces of their own lungs, staggering and charging. The German line does not fight. It breaks. 7,000 men turn, run for 60, trampling each other into their own barbed wire. And then the fortress artillery, silent all morning, wakes up and opens fire on the fleeing mass. By 11 o'clock it is over. The corpses have retaken every single trench. Vladimir Kotlinsky is hit leading the charge. He dies that evening, 21 years old, and is awarded one of Russia's highest honors for what history now calls the Attack of the Dead Men. And the fortress? Osowiec is never taken. Weeks later, when the whole front moves, the garrison marches out on its own terms and blows the fortress up behind them, rather than hand it to the enemy. Today the ruins still stand in the Polish marshes, and they carry the lesson of August 6th. You can poison the very air men breathe, and still lose to men who refuse to die. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe. Every week, we bring you the small battles history almost forgotten. Next episode, 1918. 500 Americans surrounded in a French forest, cut off from the world, and the wounded carrier pigeon that flew through an artillery barrage to save them. The Lost Battalion.